Hey guys, I finally got 1,000 sales on Whatnot selling sports cards, and I wanted to get on here and kind of tell you my experience about that and how it went, and what to do and what not to do, some pros and cons, and just overall what to expect when you're doing this. And you can use this for selling other items too, but I only sold sports cards. And I guess I'll just start off with some pros. The community's pretty good. There's a lot of fun chat, a lot of good guys in the chat. You make some good friends in there. Um, Something you can do to help people with purchases is the shipping is combined. So on eBay, instead of buying individual cards where you have to pay all this different shipping, you can offer combined shipping, and that will save people a lot of money, and you could offer lower prices on some of your cards that way. Um, the user face on Whatnot's real easy to learn. Uh, it'll take one or two streams just to get used to it. I mean, you can, but they also let you do practice streams, so you can make a private stream and maybe invite a friend or two and just practice on there before you go live. You don't have to sell anything or anything like that. The customer service on Whatnot was good to me. I had a couple issues. One in particular where I lost a package that was over $100. It was a big box, which I had delivered 10 other packages to the post office that day. But the one box just got lost. They never scanned it in. And they refunded me and the buyer with no issues at all. It was really awesome. So I'm glad they did that. Uh, there's a lot more positive things, but I want to move on to some of the cons because I believe the cons outweigh the positives. But I have zero following. I have no social media really, just for family and friends. I don't post on Instagram, anything. I started from with nothing. And I ended with about 250 followers. That's about it after 1,000 sales. A lot of good reviews, a lot of repeat customers. The biggest issue selling cards, 1,000 cards or whatnot, is there's a lot of low ballers. There's a lot of buyer or sellers that want to buy from you offering 70%, or they'll say stuff like they have to make money too, but that's what I'm trying to do too. And I can't really sell at that rate, especially with the fees and taxes, because you got to claim taxes too. And that's not really just possible to sell to those guys, but there's definitely some cheap people on there. But I did a free shipping stream one time, which was a huge mistake. I was offering $2 starts on stuff with free shipping, and I would have a guy come in saying he only had $1 to spend on cards, and I'm just like, well, it's probably the wrong app for you. Also, if you're doing $1 starts, a lot of times with no following, it's definitely not worth it. If you're just running auctions, have 3 to 5 to even 10 people in your room, it can be a tough go. I mean, you sell that card for $1, you get 30 something cents out of that sell, and it's just not worth it. So a lot of times I would just do $2 starts, and it worked out. If you stream on the weekends, you're gonna have a ton of competition. Yeah, there's a bunch of new guys, there's a bunch of established sellers. So weekends, and definitely at nighttime on weekends, you're gonna be competing with a lot of people. Another problem I have, it's not really a problem, I get it. It's you need 1,000 sales to get instant payouts. So if you don't have 1,000 sales, they wait till that item gets delivered before you can get paid, which they do that to prevent scammers. But it's a lot. It's 1,000 sales. I mean, you gotta wait 1,000 to get instant payouts. Some tips I got is have good inventory before you even start or even think about starting. Don't start without it. Have a lot of options, a lot of cards, a lot of raw. I mean, just have a bunch of options to offer people, because you'll need it. And especially if you're streaming every weekend, you're gonna want it. Use reduced shipping on your streams. So what that means is, before you start, there are shipping settings, and you can choose reduce shipping, and whenever people see that, it'll have a purple bar and it says reduce shipping, and people just like to see that. Most of the time they don't even meet that shipping threshold. I would put it at like $7 or $8 max shipping, and people just like to see that. Keep good records of all the cards you're buying. If you're going to shows, if you're buying on eBay or whatever, buying collections on Facebook Marketplace, remember what you spent on those cards and try and recoup that, because you're not going to be able to keep records of every single individual little card, but you'll want to keep records of that, just so you know what you're making and if you're making profit, because it's really hard to make a profit. Another thing I would say is that the cards you're selling, people want who's hot, the newest guys, the newest sets. They want the hot quarterback. They want the all-star baseball player who's lighting it up in the bigs. It's all about the new guys. So what I would do early on is I'd be going to shows, card shows every weekend, and restocking on new guys. And you just had to do it. If you want to gain a following faster, that's one way to do it. I eventually turned to what I like to buy and collect the most myself, which is late 90s, 2000s cards. And so that slowed my growth, I feel like, but it's what I enjoyed to do. This isn't a job for me, this is just a hobby. So I would just buy things I liked and sell them, and then just put that money back into more cards and just build up and up and up and just do it over and over again. So I would be slowed growth, but I enjoyed it more. And what I would eventually turn to was more of taking, instead of auctions, taking requests, and it'd be a team or player request show. And I eventually did get the usual buyers and repeat customers. I have about 5 or 6 good guys that come and buy from me, but I never really had that steady growth. But it's really hard to get that growth when you're no following. It's a cheat code if you have a YouTube following and then you come over to Whatnot. It's a big help. Like, people just want to buy from those guys. But another tip I would say to get you started is get in Instagram, get on TikTok, all these social medias, post all the time in the hashtag Whatnot. Always link your stuff, always promote your shows on all your posts, just all the time, just to try and get a few more followers, few more viewers, because there's a big difference in your show from 3 viewers to 10 to 15. It's a really fun time when you can get 15 to 20 guys in your stream, and you can just sell cards real easy then. But there's a lot of times where you're just sitting in that stream doing nothing, just sitting there waiting for people to come in with no following. And I've sat for an hour at a time before and no one came in the stream. It's a tough time. You gotta be thick-skinned on here. There will also be people trying to attack you on your cards and just talk crap to you, but you just gotta move on, block them if you have to. But one last thing I'll say is, to help you out if you're thinking about starting or Whatnot, is you got to entertain. You can't be a bump on the log, boring. You have to put in the work. You have to be an entertainer a little bit. You have to put on a little bit of show, which is really hard for me at the first, and I had to get used to it, but eventually I got better and better the more I did it. Just keep going, keep grinding, just stream every weekend if possible. Multiple times a week is even better. The more you're on the app streaming, the more people see you, the better. If you go 3 months without streaming, people forget about you. They'll spend their money elsewhere. You got to be on it. You got to be entertaining. And that's really one of the most important things I can tell you guys about Whatnot. And I want to hear from you guys. If you're a streamer or whatnot, tell me your experience. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I will respond to it about any question you got on there. Just let me know. I like Whatnot. I'm barely over 1,000 sales now. I don't know what I'm gonna do on there in the future, but I may still stream every once in a while, but just because I have so much inventory. But we'll see. Thank you guys.